When I was younger, my dad was very abusive with alcohol and abuse, and through all that, I learned like not to take others for granted and really understand like what's pushing them to go that far. And sometimes I still get nightmares about like nights at home, but I've really overcome thinking like when my parents get mad at me that they're not going to hit me, and it's very nice. And he had a whole drug abuse too with that, and I know it gets passed down genetically, but I'm staying away from all the drugs just to make sure I don't have to go down the same path that he did.
Can you tell me what it was like to finally get adopted by your parents?
I was very happy. I didn't think I would be able to adopt it because getting adopted at an older age is very hard, and my parents already had my little sister, so I didn't know if they wanted me to, but they ended up getting me too, and I was very excited.
And how have they helped you achieve some of your goals?
They really pushed me for education, like really getting my schoolwork done, and just setting rules to make sure I don't get in trouble in school or out of school, like with friends. So really teach me to be responsible.
Do you have like one, I guess, bad, not so good memory that from your childhood that kind of really made you, like something you saw with your dad that made you say, I don't ever want that to happen to me?
One night we're driving, me, my mom, my sisters were trying to get away from him one night, and he jumped on top of our window and cracked our car like windshield. And at that night, I never wanted to be like him ever, because that was just super scary, and I don't want to. If I ever have kids, I don't want to do that to my kids.
How has sports helped you overcome some of your past adversity?
It was mostly my coaches that really did that. They really showed me like what a grown man is supposed to treat a kid like. They were super helpful through the season. They always pushed me to be my greatest, even when I thought I wasn't doing good. They still said I was doing great, helped me throughout the whole season.
He's, relatively private, aside from his, his close circle of friends. He opened up, we do an annual Big Bear trip as a football team each season in the preseason, and we went up, and this was a few years back, and we kind of get around a campfire at night, and we have some of the boys come up and share their story or just what inspires them to play football, what their family, whatever it may be. And I'll never forget when LT came up, and I didn't even know his story at the time. I knew he was adopted, but I didn't know the full story. And I think it's night, it's dark, and I think the guys become a little bit more vulnerable. And he really opened up his story, and it was complete dead silence. And you're up in the mountains, so it's already quiet enough. And I had tears coming down my face listening to just what he had been through. So again, I think at that point his teammates really embraced, because I think a lot of them didn't know at the time, aside from his really close friends. And it was just a very, very powerful moment that I'll never forget.